In some cases, you may need to move items across a screen, whether it be in a drag or just animating them across the screen before they disappear. The appropriate way to do this is to use Translate. It operates the most performantly without also affecting layout. We're going to start by setting up state again and say animation is equal to a new animated value, and we're going to set it to 0 so that our translate does not start anywhere and does not offset our particular view. We'll then set up our dynamic styles, so say const animated styles is equal to an object. To do a translation, you need to use the transform style, and the transform style takes an array of different objects, and each object should have a key, and in our case we'll use translate y, and we'll pass in this.state.animation. We'll then pass our animated styles into our animated view, and we can see here we have our array syntax set up so we can combine multiple styles. And then finally, we'll create our start animation. And we'll once again use animated.timing, say this.state.animation, toValue of 300, a duration of 1500 milliseconds, and then we'll call start. So now when we refresh and we press on our box, we can see that it animates 300 pixels down. Translate uses a grid where the 0, 0 is the starting top left point of the particular element. So when you animate the y value 300 positive, it will go down. And if you were to translate x, it would go from left to right in a positive fashion. So we'll try that. We'll switch our translate y to a translate x. And then when we press this, it will translate 300 pixels to the right off the screen. Now I'll switch this back to translate y. And in order to make this item go up, we need to change this value to negative 300. So positive values will go down for the translate y, and for translate x, they will go from left to right. And then if you do a negative value, it will go up. So let's refresh this, and we'll animate from 0 to negative 300. And you can see that now our box goes up rather than down. Now we'll switch this back to just 300. And we'll then pass our finish callback function into start. And then rather than animating, we'll just say this.state.animation.setValue of 0. And that way we won't do any sort of timing animation. We will just literally set the value back to 0. So once this hits the end, it'll just reset right back to where it was. So we can press on this, and it jumps right back.